Stepping into a contemporary car dealership today is akin to entering a financial slaughterhouse. With the average price of a new vehicle in America approaching $50,000, dealerships are trapping consumers in 84-month loans, featuring interest rates that rival credit cards. However, the sticker price isn't even the most egregious issue. The real problem lies in what you are actually receiving for your money. When you purchase a modern vehicle, you aren't acquiring a mechanical asset. Instead, you are buying a rapidly depreciating smartphone on wheels. It is a software subscription you do not truly own, one that monitors every single place you drive and is mathematically engineered to ruin you financially the very second the warranty expires. Yet a quiet rebellion is currently forming in driveways and garages nationwide. Mechanics, financial realists, and savvy drivers are opting out of the modern automotive market entirely. They are utilizing a strategy known as the pre-screen loophole, and today I'm going to explain exactly how it functions. To grasp the loophole, you must first recognize the trap. Examine the dashboard of any vehicle manufactured after 2018. The physical gauges have vanished, the tactile air conditioning knobs are gone, the heavy plastic radio dials have disappeared. In their place is a massive glowing touchscreen fixed to the center console. Manufacturers will claim this is a luxury feature, but that is a deception. A single inexpensive glass screen is significantly cheaper to produce than 30 individual copper-wired analog switches. This is corporate cost-cutting masquerading as innovation, and it represents a ticking time bomb for your finances. In a 20-year-old vehicle, if an air conditioning knob breaks, you go to a junkyard, grab a $5 plastic dial, pop it on, and the cold air blows again. In a modern vehicle, the climate controls are integrated into the software of that touchscreen. When that screen inevitably fails due to sun exposure or a cheap internal processor fries from a voltage spike, you lose your heat, your defrost, and your radio. The car becomes effectively undrivable. When you bring it to the dealer, they cannot repair the screen. They replace the entire infotainment control module and hand you a bill for $3,000 to $4,000. Your vehicle has been mechanically totaled by a software malfunction. The touchscreens are merely the bait. The true scam operates silently in the background. Every new vehicle rolling off the assembly line today is fitted with built-in telematics and a permanent cellular link. You are essentially operating a 4,000-pound data harvester down the highway. These systems actively monitor how hard you brake, how fast you accelerate, and exactly where you go every single day. The disturbing reality recently surfaced. Major automakers have been secretly collecting this driving data and selling it directly to data brokers like LexisNexis, who then provide it straight to your insurance company. Drivers across America are seeing their insurance premiums double overnight, not because they caused an accident, but because their own car reported them for braking too hard at a yellow light. You are paying $50,000 for the privilege of being monitored and extorted by the machine sitting in your own driveway. Furthermore, the mechanical engineering under the hood is just as disposable. To meet extreme government fuel efficiency mandates, manufacturers have abandoned heavy proven engines. They are now cramming tiny, high-stress, three-cylinder turbocharged units into massive sport utility vehicles and pairing them with continuously variable transmissions, CVTs, which are essentially glorified metal rubber bands rather than real interlocking gears. The extreme turbo pressure destroys head gaskets, while the friction inside CVTs grinds the metal belts into metallic glitter. These drivetrains are essentially grenades with 70,000-mile fuses. The entire modern car market is a trap, but an escape hatch exists. The pre-screen loophole focuses on a specific window of automotive history that mechanics call the golden era of manufacturing, roughly from 1996 to 2008. Why 1996? That was the year the government mandated OBD2 diagnostics in every car sold in America. Vehicles from this period feature modern electronic fuel injection, meaning they start reliably even in the dead of winter. They have computer sensors you can read with a cheap $20 scanner from any auto parts store. They include modern crash safety and airbags. However, because they were built before 2008, they carry zero digital poison. There are no touchscreens, no cellular modems broadcasting your location, and no automatic start-stop systems wearing out your starter motor at every red light. They utilize physical steel keys, thick copper wiring, and analog gauge clusters you can read at a glance. You receive all the reliability of modern engineering without any of the surveillance or fragile electronics. So what exactly should you buy? Look for the analog legends. Search Facebook Marketplace for a late 1990s or early 2000s Toyota Camry or Honda Accord, specifically the four-cylinder models. These engines feature thick cast iron or heavy aluminum blocks with timing chains instead of fragile belts. They are paired with traditional hydraulic four-speed automatics with real physical gears. These drivetrains are famous for exceeding 300,000 miles with nothing more than regular oil changes. If you require a truck, seek a late 1990s Chevrolet or GMC with the 5.7L V8 Vortec engine, or an early 2000s model built before the disastrous active fuel management cylinder deactivation software that destroys modern GM engines from the inside. For a large sedan, look for the ultimate loophole vehicle, the Ford Panther platform, which includes the Crown Victoria, Mercury Grand Marquis, and Lincoln Town Car. These were engineered specifically for police departments and taxi fleets with body-on-frame construction like a heavy-duty truck. They feature a massive, unstoppable 4.6L V8 running at incredibly low stress. Because they were fleet vehicles, every replacement part is cheap and available at every auto parts store. You can find a pristine, garage-kept Grand Marquis for $4,000 and it will outlast a brand new $80,000 luxury SUV. Here's how you execute the loophole. You do not use financing. You save $5 in cash. You avoid the shiny dealerships with the balloons and the predatory finance managers. You buy directly from private sellers. Look for the physical indicators of a forever car, a metal key that turns a mechanical ignition cylinder, chunky plastic knobs for the air conditioning that clunk when you turn them, and a traditional gear shifter that pulls a real steel cable connected to the transmission, not a digital rotary dial. When you buy a 20-year-old analog car, you are not just saving money, you are severing the data pipeline that allows automakers to track you, monetize your driving habits, and hold a remote kill switch over your property. The automotive industry is not the only cartel using the illusion of modern technology to drain your bank account. The exact same playbook is being run right now inside your kitchen. If you want to see why the appliances you bought at Home Depot are mathematically guaranteed to fail, and how to execute the brand loophole to beat the appliance monopoly, click the video on your screen right now. If this story changed the way you look at the machines in your driveway, please subscribe and like the channel. We are currently unearthing the history and the corporate traps that they have tried so hard to bury. Take control of your future and stop the cycle of extortion. The next treasure trove of information will be opened very soon.